Hi, I'm John DeVore. Welcome to the DeVore Fidelity YouTube channel. Today's going to be a live album review, and it is the live album with the greatest title ever. It will never be beat. It's a band that came up at the very end of the 70s and got its popularity. What popularity it did get was in the very beginning of the 80s and had evaporated by 1983. And yet their influence is enormous. So many bands quote this band as one of their influences. The name of the record is Press the Eject and Give Me the Tape. And it's also an amazing album cover with a big old cymbal head. And the band is Bauhaus. This is, in my opinion, this is Bauhaus's best record. It's their live one. It is sort of, because this draws on their early period. They did reunite for a little bit in the 90s, and then they reunited again for a nostalgia tour in the 2000s. You know, it's that typical stuff, but the core of their material was from this period, and this came out in 1982, so it pretty much covers their best stuff, and so works as a little bit of a greatest hits. It has my favorite songs on here, and they're just fantastic versions of them. It has Bela Lugosi's Dead, it has Kick in the Eye, it has Hollow Hills and Stigmata Martyr. Those are the high points of the band and the high points of this record. Bauhaus, for those who haven't heard it, I guess it's technically classified as a post-punk band, part of the new wave, but they also they're proto-industrial rock. Their stuff, at least in that first period, ends up actually ticking a lot of genre boxes. There's elements of ska in there to some extent. There's definitely bits of punk in this. They're not hardcore punk. They're more 70s punk. So they're more, you're talking about more Stooges or Ramones kind of punk. So it's not it's an accessible punk. The record is very dark. Bauhaus was known for its sort of gothic sensibility. You can tell by the song names. Bela Lugosi's Dead, Stigmata Martyr. These are non-subtle song names, but they paint a beautiful sonic picture, just with a lot of texture. Peter Murphy's vocals are pretty amazing, and live I think they're even better. This is not really, it's not precision playing, but there's an intensity, and these must have been amazing concerts to have attended. I wasn't introduced to this band until a little bit later, until the mid-80s, and they were very big at art school when I went to art school in 1984, and I immediately jumped in, and by that point Peter Murphy had left, the vocalist had left, and the remaining band members had sort of recongealed into a band that maybe was better known, called Love and Rockets. And then they all went, they've all done other things as well, including getting back together to do new Bauhaus material. They were in some very cool movies. They were in The Hunger, which is a very cool arty movie also had David Bowie in it, and Susan Sarandon. But it's a great one. It's definitely one of my favorite live albums. And it will never be beaten for its name. Press the Eject and Give Me the Tape. And also on the record label and right on the back, it instructs the listener to play very loud. So how can you beat that? Have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me here, and I'll see you soon at the next video.